Coming up on the program this hour, from the 2012 SHOT Show, the Shooting Hunting Outdoor Trade Show, a man whose face is about 20 feet tall in one of the exhibit halls down there.
How adorable, huh?
I mean, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Uncle Ted is with us. Mr. Ted Nugent, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing so good at stupid, I'm willing to share it with you. God bless SHOT 2012, huh?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? This place has more stuff than my garage.
Barely.
And anybody out there listening right now that's never been to the SHOT Show, a moment of silence for those of us privileged and honored and appreciative of the massive hardware fondling that's taking place in Las Vegas again this year. Every imaginable and then some item that has to do with shooting, hunting, outdoor, fun and games, tooth, fang, and claw, spirit of the wild, kill them and grill them, whack them and stack them, self-defense, good over evil, backstraps forever. This is what I consider a spiritual orgy in Las Vegas at the SHOT Show. Mrs. Nugent is over there. You see she's smiling, but she's working on it because she knows that I have more stuff in my garage and in my trucks than any human being in the history of upright Homo sapiens should have. I have so much. In fact, we had a flood at our house on the 1st of January, 2012, and I lost 1% of my ammo, which was 48 pallets. Now, I may be exaggerating a little bit, but the point is that the SHOT Show...
So you're the reason why the price of ammo is going up.
Exactly.
You're getting it all.
You know how kids have lemonade stands?
Yeah.
I have a 9mm stand in Waco. No, this is a great event. Anybody that's never been to the SHOT Show, the NRA annual meetings and the SHOT Show, I wouldn't miss it any quicker than I'd miss opening day of deer season. And not only that, as we've mentioned so many times, Cam and company, the blood brothers of the outdoor and the conservation lifestyle, the greatest human beings that have ever walked the face of the earth are at the NRA annual event and the SHOT Show. What a great, great family of dedicated sporters and shooting enthusiasts, Second Amendment fighters, and just conservation lifestyle. I mean, this is the epicenter of the coolest people in the world, which I'm compelled to come by and shake as many hands as possible.
Well, you know, we were talking with one of your fellow Texans, Brian Quacca, the
Good
pig
man.
man.
He is the pig man. I'm the pig dog. He's the pig man. A great man, a great friend of mine.
He was praising you. Talking, oh, yeah.
The pig dog.
Yeah, telling us about a Ducks Unlimited dinner where you autographed a guitar.
Yeah, well, you know, if I may brag for a moment, not for me,
but
brag for those generous sporters. Every time maximum dollars is raised for wildlife habitat, I mean, of course, everybody at the shooting sports knows this, especially at the SHOT Show, but quality of air, soil, and water can only come from one place. Perfect wildlife habitat. Ducks Unlimited, Delta Waterfowl, Federation of North American Wild Sheep, the Turkey Federation, the Elk Federation, the Grouse Unlimited, Trout Unlimited, Quail Unlimited, Pheasants Forever, White. I mean, I could go on and on. Anything that you can add garlic and butter to, sportsmen will spend gazillions of dollars to optimize the habitat, not for targets, because what's good for ducks with Ducks Unlimited habitat restoration and protection is beneficial for quality air, soil, and water, songbirds, endangered species, everything that lives. So we're very proud of that. And what I do every year, and all those organizations I just mentioned, and then another couple hundred, including a lot of kids' charities, a lot of military charities, and certainly everything Friends of the NRA. We have an assembly line at the Nugent Ranch where I autograph guitars, guns, gun stocks, grips, handgun grips, bloody arrows, 8x10s, photos of a really cute guitar player. I just autograph stuff, and that's not generous of me. Big deal. I sign a $100 guitar, and some guy pays thousands and thousands of dollars to benefit a meaningful charity. They're the generous ones. But yes, we donate many, many autographed goodies that is either ballistically coefficient. Wait a minute, even the guitars are ballistically coefficient. So yeah, we're very proud to be part of that. And I think that is a testament to the generosity and the superior heart and soul of the shooting sports enthusiasts. And because it's not just for wildlife charities, but for children's leukemia, Ronald McDonald Cancer House, the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I could go on and on. We donate signed things to hundreds of kids' charities and military charities. And every time, I'm very proud to say, what Uncle Ted donates, including hunting trips and stuff, where I guide and outfit and cook and play guitar and be a complete idiot, they always get top dollar because sportsmen and gun enthusiasts are just nicer people than the other side, with all due respect.
I would agree with that.
I would have to. Their statistics are irrefutable.
All right, so let's talk about that big, huge display with your face on it downstairs.
Yes, indeed. We're giving those away for targets after the SHOT Show. If you'd like.
You've got a new line of ammo out.
Why not? Yes, I've been testing it for 63 years. Our driveway at Spirit Wild Ranch in Texas is 2 miles long, and it's paved solidly in brass because we shoot all the time. We really enjoy the shooting disciplines, and plus, I have a lot of kids and a lot of friends and a lot of employees and my band members. Everybody likes to shoot, and I've been hammered for years. Hey, Ted, why don't you have your own line of ammo? And I go, hey, why don't I have my own line of ammo? So Pierce Ammunition's out of New York, and I have worked out a deal. We're coming out with Ted Nugent ammo that is state-of-the-art, which there are so many out there right now. Hornady, Incredible, Superformance, the Federal Premium. I know I'm talking about my competition, but I'm just proud and moved that I'm in that world where the ballistics are so advanced and so superior. So we're using state-of-the-art bullets, primers, propellants, brass, and Ted Nugent ammo will come out this summer in all major hunting rifle calibers and handgun calibers, and my ammo will be available in saboted shotgun slugs before the end of summer. So a Ted Nugent line of ammo. Why not?
That is so cool. You know, and I know that you mentioned your competitors, but that's one of the great things about this industry is that not only do you have competitors, but you're also part of the same family.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have to work together, and I think that we see that across, whether we're talking about ammunition manufacturers, firearms manufacturers. Everybody wants to get along because the bigger the more we work together, the bigger the industry gets and the better it is for everybody.
Perfectly stated. And I heard that, or I witnessed that, Cam, back in Michigan in the 1950s when a great hero, a visionary of the outdoor lifestyle, Fred Bear. He was inventing all this advanced technology for archers and for bow hunters, and he patented them and never charged for the patent use because he wanted it available so that the industry could grow.
Right.
And then if people wanted to buy Bear equipment, they would do so because Bear impressed upon them that our stuff is just really, really good, and we think it's better than the rest. But we want you more. Fred Bear was more dedicated to getting people to bow hunt and to get archery equipment than to buy his archery equipment. And I find that's an unbelievable, and I believe unprecedented in any industry. Ford is not going to promote Chevy.
Right.
There's diehard competition between carburetor manufacturers and tire manufacturers and guitar manufacturers and every other industry that I've been involved with. But in the shooting sports, I got to tell you, the maniac, genius technicians who breathe ballistic coefficiency from the Berger bullets and the Hornady and the Spear and the everybody. Winchester, Remington, Federal, Corbon, Double Tap, now Ted Nugent ammo, and I'm sure I'm leaving out some, and I apologize for that. But we not only compete, but I believe that they share the technology so that everybody gets an optimal experience, whether it's guns, bows, Gore-Tex, boots, canoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really find this to be true, and thank God, because those of us that love it, we generate tens of billions of dollars every year across this country for wildlife conservation and for what everybody, certainly in Las Vegas this weekend, will tell you, and everybody that hangs on with me and you will tell you, that the outdoor lifestyle and the shooting sports, the discipline of marksmanship, long-range shooting, combat shooting, self-defense shooting, it's not as much recreation as it is a pulse in our lives. I mean, we live this stuff. And I couldn't be more proud to be part of a community than I am the shooting, hunting, outdoor trade.
And it's a community that's getting bigger. I mean, this is one of the few industries that is growing in this economy right now.
How about that? Agriculture, obviously, people have to eat.
Right.
The farmers of the world and the ranchers of America, certainly the farmers of America, are feeding the globe because of their dedication, their work ethic, and the technology advancements in agriculture. Well, the number one growing, and they're all expanding because soybeans. I bought a bag of soybeans last week, and the heck with the deer, I'm going to eat them. But the number one exploding, growing, and increasing agriculture business in the world, whitetail deer farming. Did you know that?
No.
Absolutely. It beats the soybeans and the corns and the alfalfa guys. It beats everybody because those of us that cherish not just the backstraps, but the spirit of the encounter and the dream of the hopeful encounter, and ultimately maybe killing one for the table or just for the spirit. Because we are so obsessed with this stuff. And you know, I can see it in your eyes right now, white-tailed deer. It's turning me on just talking about it. Cam is squirming in his seat right this minute.
I'm getting a little fidgety.
He's getting moist on the air because I'm talking white-tailed deer. And those of us that love us.
You read me like a book,
I'm
Ted.
telling
it's
you,
crazy.
I can kiss you by long distance. And that's the only way I can kiss you. But the white-tailed deer farming in this country is the most progressive and profitable agriculture business on planet Earth. That says something, man.
Yeah, it really does.
And I got buddies of mine that are just, you think I'm bonkers. I'm almost like a gay vegetarian compared to some of my hunting buddies. Not that there's anything wrong with gay vegetarians. I know 3, and they're sweethearts. But compared to some of these guys, I got guys that spend millions and millions of dollars every year just putting in center pivots in their alfalfa fields in the middle of the desert just to grow white. I'm not making this up. I got Alan and Mark over there. These guys know these guys. They literally create alfalfa in the desert so that their deer will grow bigger antlers. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
These people are maniacs. But we all benefit from that because Texas alone, they claim Texas hunting generates $6 billion a year. I am sitting here right now in Cam & Company telling you it ain't less than $10 billion. There's no way. They haven't counted the corn I bought. The florists, shoe shine places sell corn in Texas, October, November, December, and January. I'm not kidding. Look at all my Texas buddies nodding their heads. They go, yeah, it's really expensive too. My point is that Michigan and Wisconsin, Pennsylvania rave, as they rightly should, that hunting and the outdoor lifestyle is multi-billions. Those 3 states are top states. $2 billion a year for gas, food, lodging, supplies, licenses, fees, ammo, the Robert Pittman taxes, the 20 acres we got up north, the chainsaws we got for you know what I mean? The money generated for hunting, fishing, and outdoor lifestyle. $2 billion, $3 billion a year in those top states. Texas, at least $10 billion. Texans are gone. The Alamo doesn't even mean anything anymore. It's all about getting a big buck.
Remember the whitetail.
I remember the whitetail. Yes, indeed.
Hey, you know, you are such a
idiot.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I took the word. I read you
just
like
took the
a book.
Words right out of my mouth. I'm telling you, I'm just getting moister by the minute over here.
No, it's because we share that same passion, I think. But you were going to say I'm adorable.
I was going to say yes, you're absolutely adorable, and you are everywhere. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, you're writing for the Washington Times.
Why not?
You're telling me about the Toby Keith video. How many TV shows have you been on in the past month?
Geez, I was on the number one show on Discovery Channel, Red Jacket, with my buddies from Sons of Guns.
Yeah.
I was on The Simpsons. Are you kidding me? What, 30 million people on The Simpsons shooting children out of my bow and arrow and offering dead elk to vegetarians in the Simpson family. So I was on The Simpsons. I was on Red Jacket on Discovery. The Anthony Bourdain No Reservations is showed over and over and over and over again. Our Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild show was still got more viewers than any other show on the Outdoor Channel. I couldn't be more proud of that, and thank you, everybody, for that. But my point is that I'm a gregarious guy. I'm at the peak of this cute little career of mine, and I'm sitting down with Discovery Channel myself next week. In fact, tomorrow night, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Toby Keith called me. It's really cute. I got the coolest friends in the world. He goes, Ted, I got a song called Solo Red Cup, and I was wondering if you could, now I'm talking a lot faster than Toby does because I know you have a priority on your airtime here. But he asked me to do a quick video with a red cup. So I slugged down something from a red cup. I peed in it. I set it on a barrel, and I drew my bow back, and it was full of tannerite. I pee tannerite, by the way.
Wow, that doesn't surprise me at all.
And when I hit the red cup, it blew to smithereens. But that was, once again, archery, projectile, marksmanship in a #1 Toby Keith video and song.
Yeah.
So I do what I can, and you know that everywhere I go, my mantra is wallpaper carpet bomb. This is a culture war where there are evil forces that would ban hunting. While we're celebrating the SHOT Show, there are billions of dollars being generated by the Humane Society of the United States, PETA, animal rights, terrorist organizations that are dedicated to ban hunting, fishing, and trapping. They don't want to compromise it. They don't want to reduce it.
Right.
They want to ban it. So everywhere I go, and there are obviously people that want to ban self-defense. We had some Supreme Court punk. I don't even know what state it was. It doesn't matter. There's some Supreme Court punk, a punk in a black robe, that determined once again that the Americans have no fundamental right to self-defense, and the Second Amendment has nothing to do with having a gun outside of your home. Are you kidding me? Was Timothy Leary in charge of that guy? You got to be on acid. You've got to have a sun-baked turd for a brain to think that the Second Amendment doesn't have anything to do with self-defense or carrying a gun outside of your home. Yeah. Are you kidding me? So my point is, with those evil forces, I dedicate all my energies every day in every way I possibly can with all resources at my availability, and that I cultivate and go after certain resources so that I can promote the Second Amendment, I can promote self-defense, I can promote backstraps and conservation, the outdoor lifestyle. I use my resources to destroy the enemy every day of my life. And whether it's a Toby Keith video shooting my bow or the Simpsons shooting children. Are you kidding me? How adorable is that? I wasn't actually shooting children.
You were shooting
the children. I actually knocked the children and shot them out of my bow. And the Red Jacket guys down in Louisiana, the Anthony Bourdain, sure, we ate some food, but it was all about shooting.
Right.
All about the outdoor lifestyle. So I do what I can, and I make sure that I go. You can't see Ted Nugent or hear me anywhere where I would fail to promote the Second Amendment or the shooting sports in a buoyant, fact-filled, evidence-saturated way that causes the non-committed to go, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's what I dedicate myself to, and I hope more and more people will do so.
We're looking. You just talked about Sons of Guns. You've got Top Shot on the History Channel.
Yeah,
You've got,
awesome.
we are seeing an explosion of.
I like explosions.
Good. I know you do. You pee tannerite, of course you do.
Yes,
but we're seeing so many of these shows in mainstream America, and you look at the polling numbers, like the Gallup poll that came out a few months ago.
Beautiful.
More support for the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms, than any time that they've polled in the past 50 or 60 years. It really seems like, and I think we could go back to what you've done, and maybe you led the way.
Well, I don't know about leading the way.
Well, I mean, look, these TV executives say, "Hey, people are watching this."
Has there been any other pro-gunners in The Simpsons?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did anybody else in the Toby Keith video promote projectile management? My point is that I do what I can. I'm not the end. I'll never be a Charlton Heston. I'll never be anybody else. But I do everything I can. But I started, before we went on the air cam, I mentioned we are in the best of times for gun owners and for sportsmen, the best of times. But not only doesn't that mean we can relax because it's the best of times, what that means is that we need to turn up the heat to not only maintain the best of times, but to get more of our rights back. I've said it before, and it's worth repeating always. We are not done with the Second Amendment crusade in the fight until you don't need government-issued paperwork to keep and bear arms. If you're 18 and older with no felony record, you shouldn't need any paperwork for any of the amendments. I don't need a government authorization to choose my church. I don't need a government authorization to speak my mind. And I sure as hell don't need government authorization to keep and bear arms and defend myself. I and I alone am in charge of that, and God gave me that individual right, and I don't need some punk senator giving me authorization. So until that day comes, I will continue to pummel and flog the enemy with facts and self-evident truths till they submit to the truth.
Do you think that we're getting to a point where, I don't want to say we're victims of our own success, but because we now have shall issue right to carry in 41 states, we're getting constitutional carry, permitless carry in a lot of states.
Yep.
is it? Are you worried at all about gun owners saying things are good? I can kick back a little bit now. I don't have to get involved this year.
I live and breathe concern. I'm always concerned. If, in fact, in 2012, you and I wake up on this fine American dream day, and he is in the White House, you better be concerned. If you have an attorney, I'm gonna have an aneurysm live on Cam and Company. Grasp this dynamic and never let it go. The number one law enforcement authority on planet Earth is defying his oath to the Constitution and committing a felony by sending guns illegally to Mexican drug gangs. Are you kidding me? This room is full of bright people, much smarter than I am. No one in this room can come up with anything more outrageous than the Attorney General of the United States, with full authority from the President of the United States, breaking our own felony gun laws and sending guns to the drug cartels. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Next thing you know, he's going to appoint Jeffrey Dahmer as czar of children care. I mean, this president and this attorney general and this government is so corrupt, so abusive of power, that we damn well better be concerned. And if we don't fix that come November of 2012, I will sit back eating backstraps, either gagging on blood or laughing my ass off that Americans are getting exactly what they deserve. And someday they'll wake up and we will go down in history as the dumbest society in the history of mankind, for once celebrating a life of gold and trading it in for a wet turd. We had the Constitution, we had the Bill of Rights, we had the ultimate freedom based on and success based on excellence, and we're trading it in for equality? So people who sleep in get the same amount of money that you and I do? Are you kidding me? So we either remain concerned and fight like rabid dogs over the last bone and get Barack and Eric Holder and Biden and Clinton and Geithner and Emanuel and all these czar punks. We either get them the hell out of here or we're going to get more of what we deserve, and it's going to go down in history as the dumbest society in the history of mankind. We expect the French to be sheep. We expect the British to be sheep. We expect the Canadians to be sheep. We don't expect Americans to be sheep. And if there's any British or French or Canadians in here, eat me. Ultimately, you don't obey stupid rules. And when you obey stupid rules, you get Barack Hussein Obama as your president, and you get exactly what you deserve by falling asleep at the switch.
Talking with Ted Nugent, obviously, here on Cam and Company.
Yeah, Tom Petty doesn't conduct interviews quite like this. Why do you think he's petty? What the hell?
All right, so you talked about.
I certainly did.
You're killing me. All right. So anyway, so what are you doing this year? You've got a new show.
Why
that
not?
You're talking about, right?
Well, we're constantly producing Spirit of the Wild. Though I use the term producing generously. We don't produce. We just turn the camera on and document the way we live.
Yeah.
But this year, see that pretty blonde right there?
Mm-hmm.
If she's not on TV more often this year, I will have a conniption fit live on Spirit of the Wild, because Shemaine Nugent is the gem. She's the gold of Spirit of the Wild. We will continue creating this wonderful, honest, raw, primal, pure hunting show called Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild on Outdoor Channel. I will tour like a man possessed in April and in May, June, July, and some in August, because the bears need me in Ontario come August 15th. I will hunt like a man possessed. I'm still not done. In Texas, we hunt right till March 1st for whitetails. Yeah. Unlimited hogs and exotics. I'm going back up in the air in the helicopter with my 50 Beowulf and my M4 to kill pigs in Texas. We continue booking hunts all around the world with our Sunrise Safaris. Our Ted Nugent Camp for Kids is going into its 23rd year this year. We're in 7 states now. And once again, thank you to all the volunteers and all the generous people who keep this Camp for Kids alive. We're literally changing kids' lives. We're teaching them things that they would never have access to without our incredible volunteers and our agenda of conservation and standing up for what you believe in and violence against drug dealers. We actually have a seminar at our camp. We teach children violence.
Oh, you do?
We don't want them to say no to drugs. We want to beat up the person that offers it to them. So we're real busy. The tour, we have a new song, the song I Still Believe, which we still had last year, which I expect the Republican nominee to use as the theme song. We have an edited version of I Still Believe. There's a million things going on. My Labradors are real tired from fetching many ducks. My kids are great. My son Toby is here with me now. Rocco's on his way here. A million things going on, a good balance between hunting, the outdoors, relaxing, creating wonderful music and wonderful TV shows. I'm sitting down with Discovery for a new Ted Nugent show coming up. We get offers every day to do other people's shows, and I do as many as I can. I'm a busy man. I'm a happy man. I'm living the dream to the best of my ability.
Well, listen, I got to tell you, Ted, not everybody can be Ted Nugent. I think there can only be one.
Oh, you'd hurt yourself. Don't even try. You will hurt yourself.
But I think what you inspire so many people to stand up for what they believe in, to be proud of being a gun owner, to be proud of being a hunter, to be proud of everything that they are.
Yes, be
and I think that's
aggressive
important.
about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and again, Cam, you're talking, a bunch of the guys on our TedNugent.com talkback.
You bet.
I'd like to take this time on Cam and Company right now to thank and salute the members of my talkback. And if you want to see the fire of individual rights and individual freedom and being the best that you can be, come to TedNugent.com, come on my talkback board. They are the greatest people that have ever walked this earth. These are productive, conscientious, intelligent, brilliant, hardcore work ethic monsters who every one of their senators and congressmen and their mayors and their governors, they all know what my buddies stand up for. People are getting more aggressive. Again, I will leave you with this. This sacred experiment in self-government on all intellectual, spiritual, and pragmatic levels demands that we are all engaged. If you are not in communication with your elected officials as an American, why don't you just move to Canada? Why don't you leave? If you're not participating in the sacred experiment in self-government as an individual participant, you are not neutral. You are a liability. The only human assets in America are those people who constantly communicate with their elected officials, their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers, the media, letters to the editor, phone in those talk shows. If you're not an aggressive participant in your life, in your community, on every level. And I'm not just talking about gun rights and hunting rights, tax reform, court reform. There's so many issues that are just education reform. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's a military term, I'll give you 2 of the 3 syllables, cluster. It is a major cluster whack going on out there, and it's a direct result of too many Americans taking a free ride. Hey, yeah, my uncle called the governor. That's good enough. No. The governor here needs to hear from thousands of people. I don't want to have a concealed weapons permit. The existence of the Second Amendment identifies that God gave me a concealed weapons permit, and it's not on a piece of paper. We need to all fight for real Second Amendment rights. We need to pass dove hunting laws where there's more doves than there are quail, like in Michigan. We need to get rid of these absurd regulations in the hunting community. For example, I can shoot 15 doves in Texas. I can shoot 15 doves a day. By law, I can only have 3 shells in my gun. I defy anybody to call in and tell me how that works. That goes back to the Dust Bowl in 1937. The Dust Bowl's done. I don't need to be restricted to 3 shells. Who's in charge of how quick I shoot my 15 doves? I'm in charge. And if I want to waste a bunch of ammo, hallelujah. I'm sure the Shooting Sports would appreciate that. Though there's a bunch of laws on the books. Guys are getting busted in Michigan for not only just not having a bow case, not having it zipped up all the way. And guys how does not having your bow case zipped up help manage deer? And of course, it doesn't. We've got a bunch of punitive, arbitrary, capricious, nonsensical, illogical laws in the books in every state. I just talked to a guy in New Mexico. I could keep you here for 100 days, Cam, and never take a breath. There's so many absurd laws. So our tax dollars are used to catch bears because there's too many in Albuquerque. There's too many in Pittsburgh. There's too many in South. And then we relocate them. An alert from the guitar player, you can relocate the bears all you want. They'll relocate themselves back. And then after 3 or 4 relocations at thousands of dollars of wasted tax dollars, they finally shoot them. Why not just give me a tag, let me bait and use hounds? I'd have shot him in the first place, made him into steaks and a rug, and you wouldn't have had to waste my tax dollars playing your stupid politically correct nonsense, anti-science, anti-bear games. And it goes on and on and on. Every state in this nation has a huge list of laws for guns and for hunting that are ridiculous. They have nothing to do with safety. They have nothing to do with wildlife management. They're on there because some punk bureaucrat snuck them on.
Absolutely.
So we need to get involved. We need to get rid of them. In Texas, I've got rid of like a half dozen laws since I moved there. There was in Texas, and of course, you can tell my Texan friends over there because they're really kind of relaxed. And, they were fixing to get after this. But in Texas, they're really good at fixing to get after, but they don't do anything. So I moved in, and there was no hunting allowed between bow and gun season for a week. Are you kidding me? So the last week of October, no one's allowed to deer hunt? Are you kidding me? And they would have accepted it forever if I hadn't changed that. I threw it out. The minimum draw weight for archery gear was 45 pounds. Why? Nobody can tell me why. Governor Perry says, well, what would you recommend? And I went, none of your business. I want the same minimum draw weight as there is the minimum hunting age. None of your business. We'll decide that. If you want to have a minimum weight for bows, you should ban everything over 60 pounds. But my point is that get the government the hell out of here. Mm-hmm. Can we kill a deer? Should we kill a deer? Do we need to kill a deer? Then leave me alone. Let me kill the damn deer. There's a bunch of rules all across this nation that are causing attrition and impeding recruitment. That's not my opinion.
Yeah.
It's an irrefutable fact. Why would we sit by while we're causing attrition in the hunting sports and impeding recruitment? Why would we allow that? I don't allow it. I get after this stuff. And again, I could keep you here. I've been in every state, and every state is infested with insane rules that have nothing beneficial about them. And so we need to fight. We need to fight. Everybody in America should be a member of the NRA. We should steer this election in 2012, and we need to clean house in the White House. And as NRA members, I think you're better informed. You've been taught a better activism system, and we need to implement it and challenge all of our friends and neighbors and coworkers and people at school and church, everywhere we go, to get more involved. An American that is not engaged as we the people is a punk. He's a punk. He's like a French man lost. Why don't you just move back to France? You're a liability. And so people go, well, that's kind of harsh. Yeah, you think? I'll tell you what's harsh. Obama's harsh. Eric Holder's harsh. These people to get them out of government is not harsh. It's a duty. It's our responsibility. In 2012, better damn well be the battle cry, or we're going to get what we deserve, and it'll be just pathetic.
Mr. Ted Nugent joining us on the program. I know we're going to be speaking again soon,
Yowza.
sir. Thank you so much for your time today. It
My
is
pleasure.
Fantastic.
Ted Nugent ammo coming out this summer. Killer ammo for killer Americans.
All right, I'm going to go dry off. And when we come back to the program, we'll be talking with some of the folks from Top Shot Season 4. Stick around. More of Cam & Company is on the way.